Anyways, Justin, how did you feel about this game? Obviously, you feel as though KD is a bitch.
Yes. I would never forget that.
You said that.
You called us instantly. You came like they won. You came to the house 45 minutes later. 45 minutes later,
we did a Hoops and Brews literally right after the NBA Finals.
45
minutes later, and Justin's like, KD is a bitch. So how did you feel about the? I mean, KD was lights out in that game.
Oh yeah,
lights out.
Yeah. Well, and again, the reason KD's a bitch is he's my favorite player, and I thought he could have done it on his own, and then he just left to join the best team, and that's why.
But he gave you a ring. You're not happy?
No, he should
have.
So
if he gets you one this year, you're not happy?
No.
It's gonna be a grind for them.
At this point, we go over this every time here. I just think the competition in the league has been ruined because KD went to the Warriors, and I think they'll probably win 4 straight. Would be my guess.
4 straight?
No. 4 straight.
I wouldn't be mad at that. I'm not mad at that. They can,
4 straight?
Yeah. They can continue to retool.
Who's going to knock them off?
I think.
And what's going to happen to their team?
Iggy's fucking awful. Iggy's fucking awful. But you get rid of Iggy and you're okay.
Playoff Iggy.
Iggy's averaging 5 points a game. G. Iggy's basically Andre Roberson off the bench.
This year, I don't think anybody can beat them. But I think the gap is closing between the Warriors and the rest of the league. The Rockets have a really good team. If PG stays with the Thunder still have a really good team. And a lot of their guys are under 25 years old. They don't really have an old team.
Right, but I think the part that you're forgetting is Golden State will be a free agent destination no matter what because people want to win. Like that's why they signed West and Zaza to smaller contracts, at least the first time around.
Yeah, because you're like, yo, I can go there and get a ring.
Yeah, you're like, I could win. Why wouldn't I sign here? So I don't know who's going to knock them off.
Like Swaggy P's going to have a ring before Melo.
Right. Boston in the East, though, when Hayward comes back and when those guys get some experience, even Philly, I really think they only maybe a couple players away. But again, the Rockets, the Thunder, even like the Spurs, if we don't know what's going on with Kawhi, but whenever he comes back, if he's healthy, if he stays at the Spurs, you got a lot of teams that are coming, I think, personally. Again, I think the gap is still too far right now, but I think teams are closing the gap.
None of those other teams have 2 MVPs on that team.
I mean, the Rockets they got 2 MVP candidates.
MVP candidates. Chris Paul is
and the Rockets have a deeper team than what the Warriors have. The Rockets have a deeper team than what the Warriors have.
I don't give a fuck. You got any time on the floor in any series that the Warriors play, they will always have 2 of the best 3 players on the floor. Period.
It's a team
End of story. And actually, they damn near might have 4 of the best 5 players on the floor.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
No,
I don't know about that.
And
also, I think that Draymond's last year of his prime is next year. I think after that, Draymond sees a slight decline.
Man. Well, although they had one one of the best defensive players in the NBA on their team, and now they have another one. Kevin Durant has turned into the best defensive player.
And you also still have Jordan Bell, which I think that you also don't calculate for.
Nah, he's good.
When he got hurt is actually when their defensive lapses started a little bit more. Because then you had to rely on Zaza to be more frequently in a rotation, and Zaza is very clearly the weak spot in every matchup that they're in every single one, unless they're playing the Spurs.
And all I'm saying is I think they'll probably replace Zaza with someone better in a year or 2, and I don't see anyone beating them at that point.
The problem was this year they just loaded up the bench with Nick Young and Omri Caspi, and they aren't good.
They could damn near replace Zaza with Nerlens Noel.
Which is surprising. I would have expected both of them to play better than
I thought they would be better. I like Caspi.
Yeah.
But
Iggy's fucking awful. Iggy is goddamn awful.
I think he'll be fine in the playoffs.
Literally, Iggy is Andre Roberson off the bench.
He'll just guard LeBron.
He's averaging 5, 2, and 3. Terrible.
He has been terrible this year.
And he still gonna get 35 dropped on his head every year. LeBron went insane in the series that he won. He the motherfucking finals.
LeBron shot like 39% on the man. He shot like 39, 40%. It wasn't on a good percentage.
He still averaged like 30.
It wasn't on a good percentage. I mean, shit, you should.
If you still drop 30 on my head,
and you take 40 shots, I would hope you score 40 points.
No, fuck that.
Also, LeBron could score like 25.
Iggy ain't even that guy no more. He old now. It's over. It's dead ass over.
He still was plus 29 in that game that we're
Man, I don't want to hear that shit.
I mean, yeah, but he played a lot of golf.
7 points, man. He did have 7 assists and 6 rebounds. My bad.
He hooped.
But
he hooped. Yeah. Last night he hooped.
7.
Iggy played good last night, but throughout the season he hasn't been good. Last night he played good.
Andre Roberson off the bench.
Roberson can't give you 6 assists.
This is not good enough for you to win the finals. That's my point.
Again, I think they'll be fine this year. Now, next year, we can come into some question, but I think this
Iggy
year
also
they'll be fine.
averaged 15 points a game in that series. I mean, in that final series against LeBron.
The one thing that I think KD going there did was it created an arms race for the league. Everybody knew, okay, either we got to really put some teams together, get some guys to compete, or we gonna get washed every year.
I mean, they should have been doing that though. Yeah. They should have been fucking doing that. Well, like what the fuck?
What Daryl Morey, the Rockets GM, said is it increased like the risk ratio, like how much risk they're willing to take. So there's all these like blockbuster and crazy trades happening because every team had to risk more of their future to try to compete with the Warriors because they're like putting together.
But the flip side of that is there are probably more teams competing for the lottery than ever before. I think like last year and the year before there were like 4 teams.